Hey baseball fans, it's Jason. Hope you're doing well. So this is my second of two videos. My last video, which is in the description down below, I went over the 7 best free agent signings, MLB free agent signings over the last decade in terms of value and production and stuff. Today I want to talk about the 7 worst free agent signings. Just bust, just not worth the money. And people are like, oh my God, would I ever want to have that one back? These are those contracts, okay? So let's get to it. And by the way, if this is your first time to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a baseball fan, you're not going to want to miss the videos that I've already posted. You're not going to want to miss the videos that I'm going to post. And if you enjoy the video, please get that thumbs up as well. Hit that notification too, all right? So with that said, let's get to it. Number 7, okay? This one was a, what a bust. What a bust. Pablo Sandoval with the Boston Red Sox, 5 years, $90 million. Came over from being basically a postseason legend with the San Francisco Giants. Came over with the Red Sox, and it was just an absolute bust. He had some injury issues, just non-production. He had a little bit of performance, but for a $90 million contract, $18 million a year, it was not worth it. And now he's back with the San Francisco Giants, so trying to regain some of his old magic. But that's number 7. Number 6, I actually have a tie. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, and then this one was just brutal. Oh, yeah. Jordan Zimmerman, who came over from the Nationals to the Detroit Tigers with a 5-year, $110 million contract. And then the other one, Jose Reyes, who he signed with the Marlins from the Mets, I think it was, for a 6-year, $106 million contract. It was a little bit of performance there, but then he got traded away after a little while. I think he got traded to Colorado, then he got traded to Toronto, and then to Colorado, and he's just been kind of a journeyman. Now I think he's back with the Mets. But these 2 contracts were more of a bust than Pablo Sandoval's contract was. And, they were both great performers. Jordan Zimmerman had a good steady couple of years with the Nationals, and he had quite a few years with the Mets. But then they got that big contract, and it just was not even close to being justified, unfortunately. So that's number 6, tie. Number 5, oh yeah, this one's just brutal. This one's still ongoing. Hopefully, there'll be some kind of rebound, but Chris Davis with the Baltimore Orioles, 7-year, $161 million contract. It's the same identical contract that CC Sabathia initially signed with the Yankees in the offseason of 2008 before the 2009 season. But this one here, I mean, he had like the worst stretch of a year and a half of just not hitting at all. It was like 0 for 2018. It was crazy. Or 0 for 2019, whatever the hell it was. He started having a rebound this year a little bit, but this was an awful contract. There's still a couple years left. Hopefully he regains some form of production, but I don't know. I really don't know. He had a little bit of a stretch this year. I'll give him that. But when he's on, he was, an absolutely dominant, just baseball-crushing left-handed slugger, but hasn't been that since he signed his contract, unfortunately. Number 4, and here's another one. This is an unfortunate one, actually, because this guy, I mean, he was the #1 draft pick, and had a lot of problems, was banned out of baseball, and then he came back into baseball, drug and substance issues. Josh Hamilton signed with the Los Angeles Angels for 5 years, $125 million. I think it was the same year that Albert Pujols signed with the Angels. But this was, he had started performing, but then he started having relapse issues, and it was just not worth the contract. And I know $125 million is, well, it's higher than, it's less than 161, but the expectations here were a lot more robust than they were with Chris Davis. So this guy was one of the most talented people ever come up through the minor league system and into the major leagues. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out, so hopefully he's well. But that's number 4. Number 3, where are we? Oh, God, yeah. This one, you may not even remember. This one was just a nightmare. Carl Crawford to the Boston Red Sox. $142 million over 7 years. Okay, he was a really great player with Tampa Bay. Signed that monster contract with Boston. A little bit of performance, but the same thing. He lost his speed. He lost his bat. I don't know what happened. Then he wound up getting traded to the Dodgers in that massive trade with Josh Beckett and Adrian Gonzalez, a whole bunch of salary dump. Yeah, that's a number 3 bust right there, unfortunately. Number 2, yeah, I mean, this one is a heartbreaker for me because it's my team, and it's just, yeah, it sucks. Jacoby Ellsbury with the New York Yankees, 7-year, $153 million. What can I say? He had maybe 2 good years, then started getting injured, and then stopped performing. And then, like, the guy's been injured for like 3 years now. How do you get hurt for like 3 years? I mean, one thing after the other. It's just been, you know, hopefully the Yankees have insurance paying for this stuff. But that's been, you know, probably one of the worst signings the Yankees have ever made. You know, at least A-Rod's with his monster contract. At least he performed and won MVPs and stuff like that. He was clutch in the postseason, even though he got busted for juicing or whatever. At least he performed. And he performed after coming back after serving a whole year suspension for juicing. So at least that's somewhat justifiable. But Jacoby, it's a huge disappointment. And the number 1 to me, this is an unfortunate. I mean, it's this guy had a lot of talent too. His dad was a tremendous power hitter as well. Prince Fielder. Detroit, another one people forget about. 9 years, $214 million. Okay, he had signed a huge contract. Okay, and he was massively performing. I don't maybe remember who was he with. He was maybe Milwaukee. I don't remember. But he signed with the Detroit Tigers. Had 2 solid years, and then he got traded to Texas. Actually, didn't really perform, and then he got hurt. And then the last 4 or 5 years were a wipeout. So. They got 2 years out of 9 productive years. Maybe 1 decent year in Texas, so maybe 2.5 years out of 9. To me, it's been one of the biggest bust contract, and that's unfortunate because a lot of it has injury related. I think with his neck, he had some issues with his neck that forced him to retire, which is unfortunate. So, but it's still to me the biggest is the worst free agent signing, worst free agent contract. I mean, I wish he would have stayed healthy and performed because he had a bat just like his dad, Cecil Fielder. This is my 7 right here. Top 7 worst contracts in the last decade for Major League Baseball free agents. Let me know what you think. Put some comments in the feedback in the comments down below. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button and the notification. And keep an eye out for the next video. You're not going to want to miss that one either. Talk to you next time.